In pursuit of the American dream, countless families leave their homelands behind, drawn to the United States by the hope of new opportunities and a better life. For Venkata and Chenulata Venna, their journey led them from India to King of Prussia, Pennsylvania. As software engineers, they were building a life together, creating a home within a close-knit community of other Indian families. In 2012, their world was filled with joy after the birth of their first child, a daughter named Saanvi. To help care for the baby, Saanvi's grandmother Satyavathi travelled from India to join them. Their home was a picture of happiness, 3 generations under one roof. But this peaceful existence was about to be shattered by a secret brewing just next door, a hidden desperation that would lead to an unimaginable tragedy. It was Monday, October 22nd, 2012. Venkata and Chenulata returned home from work, expecting to be greeted by the familiar, happy sounds of their 10-month-old daughter. Instead, they walked into a scene of great horror. Inside their apartment, they found 61-year-old Satyavathi unresponsive on the kitchen floor. She had sustained a fatal injury to her neck. In the midst of this devastating discovery, a second, chilling realization set in. Baby Saanvi was gone. The scene was not just a homicide, it was also a kidnapping. Investigators soon found a ransom note demanding $50,000.
Your daughter has been taken. If you go to the police, she'll be cut into pieces. If you tell anyone, her body parts will be found scattered around your house. We're watching you every second. Every call you make, every message you send, we see it all. If you want her to live, you'll do exactly as we say. We need $50,000 by tonight. Bring your wife Lada to a quiet place. If we see you or anyone else with her, your daughter will be dead. This isn't a joke. You have to choose your daughter's life or 5 months of your hard-earned money. By 8 o'clock tonight, Lada must come alone to the front side of your sports complex with the $50,000 in cash. When our person receives the money, we'll call and tell you where to find your child. But if anyone tries to be clever, they'll be the reason your daughter dies. Have the money ready by 8 sharp. No excuses, no delays. And remember, your daughter hasn't eaten since morning.
The note was filled with spelling errors, as if written by someone attempting to disguise their intelligence. But it contained one critical detail that immediately narrowed the search. The note addressed the parents by their private family nicknames, Shiva and Lata, names known only to their closest friends and relatives. This told police that the person responsible was not a stranger, but someone inside their circle of trust. Adding to the mystery, police found 10 similar, hastily written notes hidden around the apartment. As news of the tragedy spread, the local Indian community rallied in support. They organized search parties, held prayer vigils, and donated food to the grieving family. They even raised a $50,000 reward for any information that would lead to Saanvi's safe return. Among those offering support was a family friend and neighbor, Raghunandan Yandamuri. He appeared genuinely concerned, even taking the lead in the search by printing over 200 missing child posters at his office and handing them out himself. As the community came together to grieve and search, a disturbing truth was hiding in plain sight. The agonizing wait for answers lasted 2 days. Then, on Wednesday, October 24th, the search came to a heartbreaking conclusion. A staff member at the gym, located within the same apartment complex, reported a strange blue bag that had been left near the counter. When authorities arrived and opened the bag, they made the most horrifying discovery of all. Inside was the body of little Saanvi. The autopsy would later confirm she had died from asphyxiation. While this ended the desperate search for the child, it gave investigators their first tangible lead. They immediately turned to the building's security cameras. Combing through the footage, they looked for anyone entering or leaving with a bag matching the description. Then, they found it. The surveillance video showed a man walking out of the building, holding a distinct blue bag, the very same one Saanvi was found in. The man in the footage was stunningly familiar. It was Raghunandan Yandamuri, the concerned friend who had been printing posters just days before. Yandamuri was immediately arrested. During questioning, he initially denied any involvement, but when investigators presented him with the irrefutable proof, the video of him carrying the bag, his story crumbled.
Okay, you come over here. Okay, we'll pretend this is the front door.
Okay.
Okay, so grandmom opens the door.
So let's say grandma opened the door.
And what
I
did
showed
you
it like this.
What did you do?
I showed it like this. I did not talk anything. Grandma went backwards.
She went back into the
She went
kitchen.
back into the kitchen.
Okay, did you
So
say
there was-
anything?
I don't want to harm you, or I don't want to harm the baby. I will look her nicely. Please stay back. Okay, I don't want to harm anyone. I told that.
Okay.
And here is a couch. And in couch there is Saanvi.
Saanvi was sitting on the couch.
Yes.
What was Saanvi wearing that day?
White dress.
She was wearing a white dress. Okay, so Saanvi was on the couch, and what did you do? You said you.
I told this lady like this, and I got to Saanvi.
Mhm.
Picked Saanvi. Say this is Saanvi. I picked Saanvi.
You had Saanvi in your left arm.
Yeah, in my left arm, a knife showing towards the mom,
Right.
my grandmother
Correct.
on the right hand. Immediately, grandma came towards me, and I was in attention that time.
Mm-hmm.
I slipped the bottle. I'm about to fall. It happened this way,
Okay, so you dropped Saanvi.
and I fell down.
And you fell, and as you were doing that, you can actually demonstrate, you can touch him. There you
like
go.
this, and I
And fell.
fell on Saanvi.
Okay, then what did you do?
Immediately, the grandmother collapsed.
Oh, she collapsed. Okay, let's sit that back down over here. Your grandmother collapsed back into the kitchen?
Yeah, grandmother collapsed back into the kitchen.
Okay.
Yandamuri was drowning in a secret. He had a severe gambling addiction and had accumulated massive debts, losing as much as $15,000 in a single casino trip. With his own wife pregnant, he was desperate to maintain the facade of a successful life. His plan was born of this desperation. He would kidnap Saanvi, demand a ransom, and steal any valuables he could find to cover his losses. He described entering the Venna's apartment armed with a knife. He said that when Satyavathi confronted him to protect her granddaughter, a struggle broke out. He claimed her fatal injury was an accident, but the evidence told a much more violent story. The autopsy revealed that Satyavathi had not suffered a single accidental wound. She had sustained multiple severe injuries to her neck and chest, as well as defensive wounds on her hands. The evidence pointed not to an accident, but to a brutal and desperate struggle. She had fought fiercely to protect her grandchild. Yandamuri confessed that when baby Saanvi began to cry, he panicked. In an effort to silence her, he muffled her airways and placed her inside a suitcase, which he then hid in the men's sauna at the gym. His plan, he said, was to return later to dispose of the evidence. The trial began in September 2014 and quickly drew widespread media attention. In a rare and risky decision, Yandamuri chose to represent himself. He withdrew his earlier detailed confession, now claiming it had been coerced by police. In its place, he presented a new version of events, one that blamed the entire crime on two mysterious men he called Matt and Josh, who, he alleged, had forced him to take part at gunpoint. The prosecution methodically dismantled his defense. Yandamuri could provide no credible description of these men, nor could he explain why he failed to contact the police in the 3 days following the incident. The case against him was overwhelming. Fingerprints, DNA, witness testimony placing him at the scene, and of course, the critical surveillance video. During the trial, Yandamuri's mother travelled from India to plead for his life, explaining that he had been deeply traumatized as a child, but it was not enough to sway the jury. On October 8, 2014, they found him guilty on 2 counts of first-degree murder. A few days later, in a bizarre turn, Yandamuri told the judge he wished to receive the death penalty before changing his mind. On October 14th, after just 4 hours of deliberation, the jury returned with a unanimous decision, a sentence of death. This made Raghunandan Yandamuri the first Indian American known to be placed on death row in the United States. Although an execution date was set for February 2018, it was postponed due to a statewide moratorium on executions in Pennsylvania. Today, Raghunandan Yandamuri remains on death row, his legal fate suspended in a complex system of appeals and state policies. For the Venna family, no legal outcome can ever bring back what was lost. The pain of losing two innocent lives, Satyavathi Venna and little Saanvi, is a grief only they can truly understand. Thank you for joining me in exploring this difficult but important case. If this story has affected you, please remember, help is always available. Whether you're struggling with addiction, mental health issues, or financial desperation, you're not alone. Reaching out for support can make all the difference, and sometimes it can prevent tragedies like this from ever happening. Before you go, if you found this video compelling, please consider subscribing to my channel. And if you give this video a like, it really helps us reach more people with these important stories. Until next time, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one.